Hey, how are you?
Sure. How the hell you doing?
Long time no see.
How the hell are you? Sit down.
Oh, I'm doing well, I'm doing well. How about yourself? How are you?
Well, not so good, Shaw. I've had a few sleepless nights.
I can see that. Tell me about it.
It was a case where this young lady was truly in love with this young man, and it was an immigration marriage fraud, I guess. And to tell you the truth, I think we forced her to confess about things that weren't true. I feel bad about it, Shaw.
That's what you guys do, right?
Doesn't mean I like it.
I bet you if they had an attorney, things would have been different. You know, there are a few points I always tell to my clients. Be prepared, have an attorney by your side, and be ready for any kind of questions. And never admit. Especially in a situation where the marriage was totally a real marriage, right? So I think if they have gotten a good lawyer now by now, they would have gotten out of it. So I don't think you should feel that bad. It's not your fault. You were just doing your job.
This particular case bothers me.
Why? What happened?
I want that paperwork done by the end of the day.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for meeting with us today. I'm Bill Bennett. I'm with the Department of Homeland Security. This is Officer Dan Jones. He is a special agent with the FBI. This is Jennifer Lawrence with the Department of State. I got to place you both under oath. Please stand up. Raise your right hand. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
I do.
I do.
Sit down. For the record, I am Officer Bill Bennett, and this interview is being conducted under the Immigration Marriage Fraud Act to confer immigration benefits to Victor Sanchez, the beneficiary on behalf of his U.S. citizen spouse, Holly Sanchez. Present at this time in this interview is Officer Jennifer Lawrence from the Department of State and Special Agent Dan Jones from the Federal Bureau of Investigations. We shall now proceed with the interview. This interview is being conducted voluntarily, and you are both free to go at any time. Note that should you choose not to answer or to leave, the petition will automatically be denied, and you shall be placed in removal proceedings. May I proceed?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, everything seems to be in order. So, Victor, you're from Tijuana, Mexico?
Yes. Yes, sir.
And you were born in San Jose, California. You're a citizen of the United States.
Yes, that's right.
Today's interview is standard procedure. We need to know that this marriage is bona fide and not entered solely for immigration benefits.
I assure you, Mr. Bennett, that we are in love, and this marriage is in no way a fraud.
That's good, Mrs. Sanchez, because defrauding the government in order to get a green card has very serious repercussions.
I'm well aware of that, sir.
It seems you came to the United States on a B1, B2 visa on January 2003, and you never left.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have to separate you two to continue the fraud interview. This is standard procedure. One of you are going to have to leave. So, Mrs. Sanchez, tell us how you met.
Well, it was about a year ago. I had just broken up with my boyfriend, and I decided to go take a walk in the park to clear my head. I happened to look across the park and noticed Victor taking pictures of the park, flowers, birds, etc. We caught each other's eyes and he smiled at me. He smiled at me and began taking my picture. I was shy at first, but then he walked up and introduced himself.
Hi, I'm Victor.
I'm Holly.
I hope you don't mind.
We walked in the park and he told me about his family in Mexico and how he came to America on a work visa to work on cars.
So you really fell for that corny line.
I thought it was cute. And besides, I had just gotten out of a relationship and I guess I needed someone to talk to.
So you were pretty vulnerable at the time.
You could say that.
Continue.
Well, we hit it off, so we decided to meet again.
That was pretty fast. Continue.
After a week, he invited me to his little apartment. He was so embarrassed about it, but I thought he was so cute trying to impress me.
Where is his apartment?
Downtown Fremont.
Continue.
It was a couple weeks later. We went back to his apartment. He was drawing my portrait. He's so talented. After he finished the drawing, he showed me, and I was overwhelmed.
He's an artist too.
Yes, he's a very good one.
Did he happen to mention any of the people he worked for?
No,
Didn't it seem that I don't know, all this was happening too fast?
no,
Did he offer you any money to marry him?
no.
Did he have a run-in with your ex-boyfriend?
Yes, as a matter of fact. I was leaving work and was going to my car when my ex-boyfriend walked up to me and started fighting with me.
What's this wetback doing driving my car?
It's not your car.
It's in my name.
I'm the one making the payments.
Hey, what the hell's going on?
Get back in the car, wetback.
Look, get away from her, all right?
Hey, stop it! Oh my god! Just go away
up,
right now,
son.
please. Just go away. Please, just go away. You don't have to do this. You really don't have to do this. Please stop.
Did he use a weapon?
No,
Stay away from her, okay?
he is also an amateur boxer, but he injured his hand and I drove him to the emergency room at the hospital.
Did you report that to the police?
No, Victor didn't want the police involved.
And didn't that seem a little odd to you?
Now that I think of it, yes.
When did you decide to get married?
After 6 months, we got married by the Justice of the Peace.
Did any of your family members attend your marriage?
No,
Why not?
they don't like him. They're against the marriage.
Why do you think they were against the marriage?
They think he's just a poor man taking advantage of me. They think he's an opportunist.
And you don't believe that?
No, they don't know him like I do.
Did you consummate the marriage?
Do you mean, did we have sex?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
was your honeymoon, or did you have one?
No, we didn't have one. We're saving our money for a bigger apartment.
So up until that time, you were staying with your parents.
Yes, but now we're staying in his apartment.
Where do you live now?
Milpitas.
How often do you have sex in a week?
Excuse me?
I'll repeat the question again. How often do you have sex in a week?
I don't really see how that question's important. I don't
Just answer the questions, Mrs. Sanchez.
about maybe 10 times a week.
Does he have any birthmarks, tattoos, or scars in his private parts?
No.
Do you use contraception?
Yes.
What kind?
I'm on the pill.
Who does the cooking at your home?
I do the cooking.
What are his favorite meals?
Yeah, he likes chicken. He likes roast beef
Does he drink?
on occasion.
What does he like to drink?
He likes margaritas.
What are his hobbies?
He likes art and photography.
Is he religious?
Yes, he's Catholic.
Are you religious?
Yes, I'm Baptist.
Do you suffer from depression?
Yes, I'm currently taking medication.
Do you think that your medication might impair your testimony today?
No. Why would you ask that?
Does your husband use drugs?
Not that I know of.
Has he met any of your friends?
No.
Are your friends racist?
No, I don't think so. They just don't like him.
Any reason for this?
I don't know. They just don't like him.
Have you met any of his friends?
Yes. Bobby and George.
What kind of music does he like?
Mostly he listens to Latino music.
What kind of music do you listen to?
I like rock and roll.
Who pays the bills?
It's about half and half.
Do you go to movies?
Yeah. On occasion, every once in a while.
What was the last movie you've seen?
Blue Roses.
What kind of movies do you like?
I like romance movies.
What kind of movies does Victor like?
He likes action movies.
When was the last time you had an argument?
I guess it was about 2
Over
weeks
what?
ago. Over bills.
Are you behind on bills?
We didn't pay the cable bill.
And why is that?
We had to fix the car.
How much does he contribute to paying the bills?
I guess I'm paying most of them right now, but it varies.
Do you know the names of his parents?
His father is Santos. His mother is Maria.
Does he have any siblings?
Yes, a brother, Michael.
How many days does he work?
5, sometimes 6 days a week.
Are you planning on having children?
Yes, but not now.
How many?
2.
Only 2. Okay. Do you take birth control?
Yes,
What kind?
the pill.
What sport does he like?
He likes boxing.
Okay. Does he help with laundry or any other duties?
Yes, he helps sometimes with the laundry and sometimes yard work.
Were there any public places that you and your husband had sex in?
Yeah. In a movie theater?
Did anybody see you?
No.
Okay. Last week, huh? Was it last week?
I don't remember.
What was the name of the movie?
I don't remember. Sorry.
You have to answer these questions.
Just answer the question, Mrs. Sanchez.
You see, if you volunteer for a petition for someone, you've got to go through this. You can always stop the interview, and we may deny this case.
No, it's okay. I'm fine.
Just answer the question, Mrs. Sanchez.
Does he have any children from a past relationship?
Yeah, he has a daughter, 9-year-old.
Does he pay alimony or child support?
I don't think so.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You want some water?
No,
Are
thank
you
you.
fine?
I just get emotional sometimes. I'm fine. Thank you.
Miss Sanchez, you can wait in the other room. She's not going to make it through.
I think you're right.
This is obviously a scam.
I want that rat bastard out of this country.
We're going to have to break him.
He doesn't deserve the girl or the country.
Hard to see a beautiful woman like that fall for a guy like that. All right, we'll do what we have to do.
He's going down.
Yeah, it's going down. Please sit down, Mr. Sanchez. Mr. Sanchez, do you know the penalties for lying to the FBI and Homeland Security?
See, I mean, yes.
How much do you earn per paycheck, Mr. Sanchez? A month?
It varies, about $1,200 a month.
What are your favorite meals that your wife prepares?
I like her enchiladas and her pasta dishes.
What is your favorite sport?
Football, I mean, you guys call it soccer.
How often do you drink?
Usually after work,
What do you like to drink?
mostly beer.
What is the name of your wife's mother and father?
I think her mom's name is Iris and her dad is, I can't remember.
You don't know the name of her father. You really don't know their names.
George, yeah, George, it's George.
What kind of hobbies does your wife like?
She likes sewing.
Sewing.
Yeah.
Sewing's a hobby. What kind of flowers does your wife like?
She likes roses.
Do you have any children from a past relationship? I'll ask the question again. Do you have any children from a past relationship?
Yes, I have a daughter.
A daughter. How old?
She's 6.
Remember, Mr. Sanchez, that perjury is a crime, a very serious crime, so be honest with me. Do you pay alimony or child support?
Yes.
Remember, Mr. Sanchez, that you're under oath. And perjury is a serious crime.
No, I don't pay alimony or child support.
And why not, Mr. Sanchez?
I've been having money problems, okay?
Money problems.
Yeah, they cut my hours. I've only been working like 3 days a week.
Three days a week. Where do you get the money to pay the bills?
Right now, Holly pays most of them.
Your wife pays most of the bills, Mr. Sanchez?
Yes.
Do you, Mr. Sanchez, take any drugs?
No.
We can submit you to a drug test if necessary.
Okay, yes, I do.
What do you take, Mr. Sanchez?
I smoke marijuana, weed, occasionally.
And do you pay for this marijuana, Mr. Sanchez?
Yes.
How much?
I don't know. About $100 a month.
Is that why you're behind on bills, Mr. Sanchez?
Yes, probably.
You do know that possession of a controlled substance is illegal in this country.
Yes.
Have you ever had sex in a public place, Mr. Sanchez, with your wife?
No, never.
Really?
Yes, really.
Do you love your wife, Mr. Sanchez?
Yes. I love my wife very much.
Then why do you lie to her about the money?
I don't.
You don't what, Mr. Sanchez? Okay, Mr. Sanchez, you'll go back in the waiting room. He's busted.
I'm sorry for her.
Yeah, I feel sorry for her too. It's an old story, a very, very old story. Please sit down, Miss Sanchez. Mrs. Sanchez, I'm afraid we just can't move forward with the approving of this marriage and adjustment of status petition.
Why not? I don't understand.
We all believe this marriage was entered into to obtain immigration benefits.
No! No! We love each other!
You failed the interview. Too many conflicting answers. The questions about favorite food, favorite sports, favorite drink, and does he take drugs? Did you know that he smokes marijuana?
No, I don't know. You confused me.
Do you know a Roberto Flores?
Roberto Flores is my ex-boyfriend. Why?
Well, he contacted us about a week ago. About a week ago. He had some interesting things to say about Mr. Victor Sanchez.
I'm sure he did.
Listen, Mr. Bennett. Holly and Victor's marriage is a sham. Victor works for a chop shop in San Jose. He's just using Holly to be able to stay in the U.S. She's delusional and suffering from extreme depression.
We believe he restricted to marriage.
And I believe he's involved with an illegal chop shop.
Mrs. Sanchez, we've seen this many times. A handsome immigrant charms an American woman, tricks her into marrying him to get a green card, and once he gets his visa, he ends up dumping her, and she's left with a broken heart.
He would never do that.
Mr. Sanchez, we want you to sign that document that says if you lie, you will also be charged with immigration fraud. That would mean time in prison and a $250,000 fine.
No, I can't sign that.
As a woman, I can tell you that things will go much easier for you if you just cooperate.
What would happen to Victor?
He will be arrested for fraud, and the removal proceedings will begin.
He's not worth you going to jail.
And your career will be ruined.
Not to mention, you might be accessory to a chop shop where they deal with stolen vehicles. Victor Sanchez, put your hands behind your back. You are being arrested for immigration fraud.
No.
No, please.
No.
There's a mistake. I didn't do anything.
Please,
Please,
I
you can't
won't.
do this.
Please.
Holly, please don't do
I
this.
won't let him
Please.
take you. I won't let him take you.
Don't let me do this.
Time to let go.
No.
Let
No.
go.
I didn't do anything. Please.
You
Please.
can't do this. Don't do this. Let him go.
No,
Let
please.
him go.
I didn't do anything. Please.
Don't want to talk to you.
I have to tell you, I was very worried. I'm sorry. I lied. I did it because I didn't think he was good enough for you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I was just looking out for you.